Okay, so the next step here is to bend these really long channels that go inside the door frame that run along the edge of the window. They kind of like, I guess we can kind of see in here, they kind of go in here and up around the curve here and down to where it meets up with the vent window. And this is kind of where the vent window comes out and goes up, to the top of the door frame. So it's just got to go all the way around and down into the door. It kind of like runs along the side. There's a few things about this which kind of wasn't expecting based on everything I was able to research before this. The first thing is that these things are held in the original parts. They're held in with these little clips. I probably should have pried one off to kind of show what they look like, but they're basically little spikes that come out of here and into the back of the felt, and that's what holds them into the door. So they're just kind of jammed in there to hold that in there, and to get them out, I just ripped them out. Didn't really do any damage to the door frame or anything like that. So lucky me, I guess. So that I can't really reuse these because and the kit I got from Fusick for this didn't include anything like this to hold those in there. So yeah, I attempted to try and figure out how to reuse them, but yeah, the little spikes that come out of it or stick into the back are all kind of rusted, and even when I tried to sharpen them up with the Dremel tool to see if I could poke them into the back of the new felts, that didn't really work. So what I'm doing is I'm actually just gluing these in. I did that on the other side already of the car. It's kind of hard to see because I've already got the doors all put together, but I'm just kind of like running glue along the back of it and then just kind of like wedging it in there. It's using kind of like that crap they use to glue in windshields, so hopefully it'll be like a nice weather tight seal. The other thing, at least for the back doors, is you can see here there's this little channel and it's kind of wedged in there right now from this thing, but this window sweep is wedging it in there right now, so I can't really move it. But you can see here that it also has these little spikes in there. Which is holding it on which holds it on to the back of the felts. On the front door, at least, you can take this out. It's got a little bolt down on the bottom, down inside the door that you can use to take it out. This one, however, I don't even know what it is. It's like kind of a weird little bolt that comes out of maybe the side of the door frame that it fits over, and then it's got like a kind of a weird nut that is, yeah, it's not like a normal nut. It's kind of flattened. I wish I could stick the camera in there so you could see it, but anyways, there's no way to get it out of there. So what I did on the other side is I just kind of left it in there, wedged it in with these guys so that it didn't move. And then, by the time I'm ready to glue the actual, window channel to the outside of the door frame, it should just kind of stick in there like normal. Another thing, which I've got matching scars for each side of this door that you kind of want to watch out for. I don't know, probably no one in the universe is ever really going to do this, but like, I don't know, you can kind of see it. I don't know, it's too dark. Yeah, so like to get the last little chunk of the old stuff out of there, I had to kind of like reach up inside that hole right there and kind of reach over and kind of yank it down. And you can see all this wonderful rusty sharp edge right here. When you yank, be careful because I've now got a kind of a gnarly gash on both arms, on the back of both arms, matching one for each side. So This is just for the back door. I know nobody really has 4 doors these days or really cares about 4 doors, so maybe no one will really run into this. But, you know, just in case. The front, like I say, the front door you can actually just screw out the whole, unscrew the whole shebang, so it all comes out together. Anyways, this video is probably too long, so I'm gonna end it here and just kind of get started venting. Oh, one other thing. You can see this hunk of wood that I've got laying down here. I actually traced around. I found a piece of 1/4 inch like particle board sitting in my garage, and you can see I kind of like curved the edges, curved the corners. What I did is I traced the windows and then like used a jigsaw to shape these so that I can use it as a form to bend this thing around. And I did what, you can see this is for the front window, and then the other edge is for the rear window because they're shaped slightly differently. You can see, I don't know, the rear window actually kind of goes down. It kind of like slopes down. You can kind of see it on the body of the car. The window actually slopes down. So, to get that nice curve in there, I wanted to make sure that I had a form to bend those things over. So anyways, that's it. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. The main thing to remember there is you kind of just want to go slow, and to make sure that you're not kinking the material. You want this curve over here to end up, nice and smooth, because it's got to match the inside of the door frame. And the way to tell if you're doing it right is if this extra material ends up shoving out the end like that. If you're not doing it right and you're kinking it, it'll just get all bent kind of out that way, and there'll be a kink in there, which really sucks. So anyways, that's kind of how that works. Next step here is to stick some glue on it, this RTV that I've got, and kind of shove it in the door, and then I'm gonna probably tape it, I suppose, because on the back door, since the top is curved like that, I can't really clamp it. At least I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So anyways, that's pretty much. All right, well, I was able to get that window channel glued in. I didn't make a time lapse because I felt like listening to music instead of making a time lapse. So there you go. That's what happens when you make movies on your phone. All right, so some basic features here. You can see, kind of made it fitted inside where this other window channel goes. That's the way it was originally, so that's kind of the way I'm doing it. I don't know, I did an okay job on the curve, I guess. It kind of lines up pretty nicely with the door frame. When the window gets in there, I think it'll kind of like send it home a little better. I've got it taped just kind of for paranoia's sake. It's wedged in there pretty well, so I'm not super worried that it's going to fall out. One thing to note is you can see I left a whole bunch of extra over here. This right here is more or less where the vent window comes down, right down to, through here, actually, through that hole. So it kind of goes up, and it's gotta line up pretty snug with this felt, because you don't want a gap in there, because that's how water gets into your car, and that's what we're trying to avoid. I can kind of show you how I did that on the other side. Let me get past the end of the car here. Let's see. You can kind of see it's pretty snug in there, so it won't leak, hopefully. You know, and on the inside, whoa, on the inside, you know, similar kind of lined up there. So anyways, that's how that works. I'm gonna start working on the vent window here, putting the rubber gasket into the vent window frame and getting the window back in there, and then also gluing the window channel felt into the vent window frame. That's it over there. Yay. All right, whatever.